Hello, guys. Welcome back to Quick Chatter Live with your host Wallab. We have been up and down. It's going on, and finally, we can say Isala Cup Namdu. Not only for women's team, considering we are still yet to preview RCB. We'll come back to that later. So finally, women's have won the game. Congrats to them. Congrats to Spiti. But the chase has been off. But luckily, they have pulled off. Congrats to them. Yeah, Abhishek, any thoughts on RCB winning the cup?
Yeah, I think I would like to congratulate them. Being a Sunrisers Hyderabad fan, it's always that rivalry is there between us and RCB. So I think I would like to congratulate them. It's a dream which they have been dreaming since 16 years. Twice, Deccan Chargers once and Sunrisers once have been come in way of that. Once CSK has come, but finally they are able to, realize their dream and celebrate. And I think Ellis Perry played a big part in it. I think
Yeah,
she deserved to be the player of the series. And yeah, congratulations, RCB. Finally, you can say Isala Cup Namdu, but when it comes to IPL, you have a little bit more years to wait.
right. Arjun, by any word on congratulating them?
No, I think today Bangalore will not sleep. Mumbai is a city which never sleeps, but I guess today Bangalore won't sleep. But it's good for them. So many years they've waited. It'll be interesting to see how whether this has any effect. I know they're two different teams. Whether this has any effect on the men's IPL team also. So whether they take it as a positive or whether they take more pressure, and like only time is going to tell. But this is something which I'll be interested in seeing.
Yeah. So finally, one last word. Congrats, RCB. And let's move on to our preview. Let's preview Gujarat Titans today. A new captain, a new team, a new setup. Not a completely new team, but a new setup with Gill in charge. So, how do you think it will give the momentum? Because Hardik Pandya have led them to two titles, and with Gill stepping in, so how do you feel the transition phase will be? And Gill being very young, will he be able to capitalize on the journey is going to be on? Arjun bhai.
So I think it's going to be interesting because Hardik Pandya, he led them to so Hardik led them to one trophy and one final also. They were like within a couple of balls of winning the second time also. So there is a bit of expectation, I will say, considering also that Shubman is in certain circles being considered as probably future India captain also. So this, I just hope that people are not too harsh on him if it does not go well for him. Overall, the squad looks fine. Like this is what I've seen. But I'll be interested in seeing his leadership quality.
Yep.
I'm very interested in leadership and captaincy. So I've seen like in many interviews that like the ex captains don't give that much importance to tactics. They say tactics come second, but your leadership style, how you invigorate the team, that comes first. This is what I'll be really interested in seeing because there are many experienced players in the side also in Gujarat, and Shubman is very young. So how he interacts with them, how he motivates them, how he gets them on the same page, and how he interacts with a maverick coach like Ashish Nehra will also be interesting.
Right, Ashish Nehra, man, that guy doesn't use any technology. He only represents on a paper. I mean, it's very clean. So, Abhishek, if you see last year, Mohit Sharma was very good for them. So, how do you feel this season will turn out for Mohit Sharma, and how do you feel it's going to be?
I think first of all, to start with, I think Ashish Nehra made it very clear that once he got the news that Hardik Pandya is moving to Mumbai, he wanted to move to Mumbai. He did not try to convince him. He said, "Okay, all the best." So that speaks how Ashish Nehra is confident of himself and the team rather than individuals, and he believes in a formula which not many people believe in modern day cricket. Many people believe that you need to have all the data and all those things, but still, I think still if you don't write them off quickly, what they do very well is give confidence to their players and role clarity. So that role clarity sets Gujarat Titans apart from rest of the teams. Only team which comes close to that is Chennai Super Kings. So you
Yeah.
can draw similarities between both of them. Coming to your question, Vallabhbhai. So two big misses. Last time their bowling had Shami, their leading wicket taker. He's gone this time, unfortunately. After that brilliant World Cup, he gave everything for the India, and unfortunately, is not here. So that's a big miss. Interesting to see who they name replacement, but they have Umesh Yadav, who they've went after him and bought him, and I think they already had a hint that during the auction, they might have contacted with Shami and would have understood his position, and then that's why they went for very huge amount for Umesh Yadav. And Umesh Yadav did well in Mustaq Ali. He's got wickets up front with the new ball. He can swing it. Yeah, death bowling is an issue for them, but I think they would rely on Mohit Sharma to do that. They would rely on Spencer Johnson to do that. They've paid good amount for him, 10 crores approximately. So they
Right.
expect these guys to do well, and they expect Rashid Khan to bowl a couple of overs, or at least 1 hour in the death. So yeah, if you look at, they are very weak when compared to last year because that Shami hole is very big. It's important how much Umesh Yadav can contribute to that hole. Even if he contributes 50%, I think if he contributes 50% and their batting, sets, uh, you know, replicates what they've done. Gill has a good year with the bat. Kane Williamson, if he gets an opportunity, if he can, come and do well, if Saha can continue his form, if Vijay Shankar can do well, if the batting as a whole clicks and Umesh Yadav can get a 16, 17 wicket season with wickets in the new ball, I think they might go to players. But as of things stand, it's once again down to Ashish Nehra's man management skills and all.
Right. Arjun bhai, anything to add on Abhishek's point?
I'll just be a bit worried about Mohit Sharma and Umesh Yadav because they are on the wrong side of 30 and they're both fast bowlers. So I'll just be worried, like if both or either of them pick up an injury, unfortunately, how will they turn it around? However, Rashid Khan is still there in the side. He's a giant T20 player. And I was just going through the probable 11 lineup. I mean, the middle lower order is something which is really, really powerful. And even that, I mean,
Right.
their entire batting lineup is powerful, but their bowling lineup is looking a bit weak. I mean, Shami is an irreplaceable, you can't replace him. I mean, India, I don't know how, like we won 4-1 against England, but Shami will always be missed. I mean, this is something, especially in the bowling department. Rashid Khan's 4 overs seems like, like good for them, but rest of them, I'll be a little worried about it if I were a Gujarat fan.
Right. Right. So Manju bhai, welcome to the stream. So here's a quick question to you. We were discussing about Gill's captaincy. He's new to the captaincy, so how we will be able to take it, and also we were discussing about the Nehra tactics and also the age factor of Ashish Nehra, the age factor of Amara Mohit Sharma and Umesh Yadav. So your
Yeah,
thoughts,
so
please.
yeah, so actually it's only 4 overs. So I think the age factor they may be like like when you have people who prepare the whole year just for an IPL, so it may show up differently. So like last year, how Mohit Sharma was, you can might as well expect a repeat. Like yeah, I know with age eventually you may have a dip like that is around the corner. But like Nehra himself was like known for his longevity, like the way he was able to stay in the T20 setup for a long time. He was relevant for a long time, long after his peers had retired, and he's from an era where he's actually from the analog generation, if you see. So like many people joke that he doesn't use a laptop, he makes his strategy on a piece of paper. So, but I think all said and done, he has a good head on him. So definitely, some the tactics wise, they have always been very good. So I think after even if Hardik has exited and Gills as captain, we really don't know like how he is tactically. So maybe it's a starting of another good combination. So we may see a new dimension to Shubman Gill's game. So we don't know. But provided his batting form is good, but that last year it was quite good. Like in Ahmedabad, he did very well. So he may continue that. Like now, after a lean patch in tests, he's also come back to scoring again, like in a good touch. So, but first season you never know because like Hardik had a like breakthrough season. Directly won the title with a new franchise. Next year he's reached the final. So that is something which is very difficult to replicate for any incoming captain. The legacy in front of him is too much.
Right. As I told, legacy. This they have been only maybe for 2 years, but the legacy of two back-to-back finals is very huge.
Yes.
Right, Manju bhai,
I
one
don't
more.
see how many sports where it happens often. Maybe those who follow baseball or something in US will able to give us a perspective like how common it is. But like at least in IPL it is rare. Maybe
Yeah,
CSK, Mumbai, they can tell us like how it.
right. So IPL is just getting started. It's already very big and it won't stop. So hopefully we'll beat baseball. Right. Manju bhai, also you were discussing the impact of RCB women's on men. Do you think men will win this time? Seeing women.
Well, I don't know. They women they were coached by an Australian, and he's also known for he has good credentials as a coach, and the entire group came together very well. So like even Perry doing well with bat and ball, that was a big factor. And apart from that, even the captain herself, like last year, it was a very disastrous season for even
Yeah.
personally with the bat. This year, she's done well. So a lot of things have to click for winning the title. So I think men's RCB they can take inspiration. I really it will be too far to step out and say that they are also going to replicate the same thing. It's a different format actually. The men's IPL is much more competitive. Like in case
Right.
of number of teams, a number of scenarios, not as far as the game. The women's game, I felt that there is much more skill involved. Like look at the spinners like Shreyanka Patil and if you see Asha Shobna, the skill levels are definitely there on display. So that's a totally different skill which is there. So in that and with a short history of 2 years, RCB managed to do it. So the men can take inspiration from the women for sure. That is
Right, Manju bhai. So Arjun bhai, what do you think will be possible foreign combinations for Titans?
Uh, uh, you mean the foreign players in the playing 11, right?
Yeah, yeah, foreign
Yeah.
players.
So Rashid Khan, obviously, Kane Williamson,
Yeah,
definitely. These are two definitely there. David Miller also, I think he must be there.
right.
Then one Spencer Johnson, I think these four ones would be good for foreign. Yeah,
So Noor Ahmed, depending on the pitches, or Noor Ahmed will be sitting on the bench.
depends. I mean, I mean, depending on the pitch, definitely. Yeah. But as of now, this is what I think should be a good lineup.
Right. So do you think Williamson will be able to help Gill? I mean, building as a captain going
I
forward.
think he should. I think he should. I think Williamson is a great captain. I think unfortunately New Zealand have been coming up short so many times that they kind of like they're always under the radar, but a lot of their success is because of clarity of thought, and like their implementation is very good. So this is something which I hope like Ken Williamson probably sits down with Shubman Gill and guides him when and if required, because I'm sure I mean Shubman Gill should go to Ken Williamson whenever he needs any help, because Shubman is young, and the one instance that I remember of, at least in international cricket, of a very young captain taking over a successful side was Graham Smith. He was, I think, 22 or 23 that time, and that
Yeah.
team was full of legends. But still, he became one of the greatest captains for South Africa. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, he should learn from Ken Williamson. I don't think Ken Williamson will hold back any knowledge. He will share whatever he has. It is how much, because Shubman has not captained in like an under 19 level also. Under 19, as far
Right.
as I know, under 19 like the captain was Prithvi Shaw, and
Correct.
Shubman Gill played under Prithvi Shaw. So it'll be interesting to see. Like I'm really interested to see that gap which Hardik Pandya also had as a player also, which is, we're not speaking about that. I think we should speak about that also. Batting at number four, getting the innings together. That was like that will also probably be missed a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see.
Right. Right. Abhishek, do you want to add anything on that?
Yeah, I think it's first of all, it's a question if Williamson bats or Williamson makes it to 11 or not. That's a decision they have to make quickly because, yes, that Hardik Pandya role, which the way he used to come up and bat at number 3 and 4, anchor the innings, and Ken Williamson is doing, he has an experience of doing it for the Orange Army in the past, and Ken Mama is always trustworthy and bankable player. So one thing which Ken Williamson brings to the side as a whole is the respect which he has. And you've seen it with Sunrise even when they, because I am a Sunrisers fan. So I think Manju Bhai knows it, but maybe Arjun Bhai may not know it. I'm a very big fan of Sunrisers. So like Kane Williamson has that respect among the management, the coaches. I mean, right from the bus driver to the owner, everybody loves Kane Williamson. So that kind of a person. So he's an asset for any team to have. Even in best example, 2016 IPL, Kane Williamson and Ian Morgan were on the bench, helping David Warner out in the boundary line strategies. That's kind of thing they do. And we're talking about boundary line strategies. Gujarat Titans is known for it. So I think Kane Williamson, not just as a batter, but even as an experienced player, as a selfless human being, and as a wonderful team man, will add a lot to the side. And I think with the absence of someone like Hardik Pandya, it's imperative and it's important that they make him play all games, because Kane Williamson, people might say his C20 strike rate is this, his C20 strike rate is that. But if you look at the Gujarat side, you have Ridhiman Saha, who just tees off very quickly. He either goes big or he either goes home. Shubman Gill, he pretty much has the ability to bat deep and go on. And say a tricky surface, especially you travel to other venues like Chennai, you go to Kotla, or you go to Eden Gardens, where you have that quality spin attack. You need someone like Kane Williamson to make sure that you put up a respectable total, or chase a tricky target. So, and when it comes to his ability as a fielder, is once again a very good fielder, and he can chip in with some off spin if you need. But although with the impact of impact player rule, that becomes very less. But yeah, he adds a lot of
Right.
dimensions. So I think Kane Williamson should start, and obviously Rashid Khan will start. And the toss up here would be between Spencer Johnson and Noor Ahmed. When they travel,
Right.
they might fancy playing Noor Ahmed, depending on surface. If I expect Ahmedabad to favor bounce and seam initially. And you always see that swing movement in Ahmedabad due to the atmospheric conditions there, and also the seam movement is very much. I think there was a stat where the seam movement in Ahmedabad is on par with Mohali, so that kind of venue there. So hopefully Spencer Johnson will start there, and this guy Noor Ahmed will play outside. So and another call is David Miller. I think is sure shot starter. And if they
Right.
don't want to play Kane Williamson, I think Matthew Wade might be a very good option if they trust him. They want Matthew Wade to go all the way. I think we might see him. So it depends
Then,
on how they're. If Sai Sudarshan is also there, so we should not forget him. So if Kane Williamson is not ready to bat at 4, if they feel Kane Williamson number 4, it's too late to come. If they feel like that, they might play Matthew Wade. So it depends on what whether Sudarshan opens, or whether Riddhiman Saha opens, or whether Robin Mins comes and keeps, or whether Matthew Wade plays and keeps. So it's important they
right.
get that initial combination right. And and I'm interesting to see how Shubman Gill plays as a captain, because there are two captains. Someone like Virat Kohli who enjoys and thrives on the captaincy, and there are others who not so quite enjoy captaincy. So it's important to see which side of Shubman we are going to see. It's a challenge, and it is going to define Shubman's ability as a
Career.
player, and his temperament would be put to test today in this series.
Right. Right. Manjubai, do you want to add anything on that?
No, I would just like to ask the panelists. They have some interesting collection of all rounders. Like Shah Rukh Khan is
Right.
there, Vijay Shankar is there, and then Jayant Yadav is there. So, will they become bench warmer, or do you see any chances for them like this season?
Yeah, Arjun bhai. You're
I
on.
hope
Yeah.
Shah Rukh Khan will like gets into the playing 11. Like I like his game, like whatever little I've seen. Like he's a very powerful hitter of the ball, and in that lower middle order lineup, I think he'll be a very very powerful addition. I would like to see him in the playing 11. I'd want to see him like being given an extended run. Definitely, I want to see him in the playing 11, and not as a bench warmer.
Right. Abhishek, do you want to have anything say on that? The Manjubai question?
Yeah, I think let us talk about the playing 11 so that we can, probably discuss more if we do that. So I think they
Yeah.
should open with Saha and this guy, captain. What do you
Yeah.
guys think?
Before playing 11, I have a very thing like how do you think Sai Kishore will be I mean, what capacity do you think Sai Kishore will be in this team? Because last year he got very less opportunities. So do you think that he took Tamil Nadu to the final? He tried. So he was very
I think
good.
impact sub. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think impact sub, it will be Jayant Yadav if there are left-handers in the team. Like for example, if Chennai decides to play Rachin Ravindra, Jadeja will be there, Moin Ali will be there. If it depends on the combination. If Sunrisers, if Travis Head only plays and Washington's on the place, you have rest of the batters and Abhishek doesn't play. Or if Travis Head doesn't play and only Abhishek plays as the left-hander. In those type of situations, Sai Kishore might come. So it depends on the matchups, and I think these two guys would be used as that. And I don't see them playing as a short 11 because of the dynamics. Because if you look at, for example, my 11, Sai Sudarshan and Shubman will open. One down would be Sudarshan. Opening will be Saha. Two down Kane Williamson. Three down Vijay Shankar. And then you have Miller and Tevatia. And then you have the Rashid Khan. You have the I forgot his name. What Umesh Yadav, and then you have the another Mohit Sharma, and you get an impact sub in whoever player you want, you can get that impact sub. So here, pretty much, it looks there is
Settled.
impossible, like it's literally impossible. So even if someone like Robert Mintz, who's been talked about, all this hype, the generation because of the the price factor and also that Jharkhand factor, and a lot of scouts have spoken highly about him. If Robert Mintz has to play, then Vijay Shankar or one of Sudarshan has to sit out, or maybe Saha has to sit out for Robert Mintz because of the wicket keeping factor. And if you just can't say that, because even Rashid Khan is bowling matlab, you need to have a very solid keeper. So all these dynamics are important. Yeah. So I think this, specifically talking about those two players which you mentioned, I think impact subs is their role.
Right. So one major question flowing around will be uh, who will be filling up the role of Hardik Pandya, because it's such an important role which was in Gujarat. He was batting, he was bowling, he was coming up the order, he was smashing, he took the responsibility. So who do you think the only all-rounder that can come close is Vijay Shankar, because he has played for India, he has the experience, because he was in a very tough situation in the Nidas Trophy also. If not for Dinesh Karthik, Vijay Shankar was been trolled so badly. So do you
He
think Vijay
played a
Shankar
he
will
played a
have
maiden.
a
Yeah,
session?
I
he
think
played a maiden to
Hasmatullah Obarzai.
Mustafizur. Can
Yeah.
never
I
forget
think
that.
Hasmatullah
Yeah,
Omarzai, if you remember the Afghanistan all-rounder who played in the World Cup, I think he's someone who they are looking at him as to play. So, like I said, the David Wade roles, I mean the Matthew Wade role. Omarzai is someone who can swing the ball in the power play, which Hardik Pandya does come and bowl in the power play. He can hit a few big shots, which Hardik Pandya can. So, if they want to play him, again, they have to be careful about the overseas combination. Then, if Omarzai plays, then the role of this guy, Kane Williamson, becomes questionable because you have
Correct.
Omar Jai, you have Miller, you have Rashid Khan, and you have to play a foreign pacer in Spencer Johnson or Noor Ahmed. So it's important how they manage Kane Williamson. But personally, will they go with an all Indian pace attack? So that's another question. So yeah, they
Correct.
have a few issues there, I feel. But the only replacement who they have, Vijay Shankar can bowl, but like to like skill set wise, it is only Omajai who somehow fills that role.
Right. Manjuba, you were saying something.
no, he played a maiden to Mustafizur. So at that time, I was really tense. And then Dinesh Karthik took that Rubel Hussain over for a few runs. So
Right.
little unforgettable memories you have rekindled that Nidahas trophy. But I think Vijay Shankar has come a little way from there. Recently in the Ranji Trophy, he played well. So
Right.
yeah, it is. He should take it as an opportunity. Both him and okay, Rahul Tewati as a spin bowling all rounder, but it could be a promotion for him to the next level. He may be thinking that if a few games he gets through, he may become a regular. Like he'll become
All
the
right.
talisman for this team. So,
Right. Right. So Arjun bhai, what will be your playing 11 for Gujarat?
So overall, I think like the openers Shubman and Saha, Ridhiman Saha. Then three, I will insist on Ken Williamson over here, Mike personally, because he's one person who can around whom the rest of the team can play. Rest of the you got Sai Sudarshan, David Miller, Shahrukh, Rahul Tewatia, Rashid Khan. All these guys are hitters. So I mean, if one of
Right.
them sticks around, plays a like 125 strike rate kind of thing, which Ken Williamson does very well, and then toss up between Spencer Johnson and Noor, and then Umesh Yadav and Mohit Sharma. But I am personally in favor of Ken Williamson also because of the experience that he'll have on the field, or not only while batting, also while fielding. He'll be a calming influence. I think that'll be interesting to see. But yes, this would be my playing 11.
Right. Manju bhai, do you have Shah Rukh Khan in your playing 11?
Yeah, Shah Rukh Khan, I think we can go with the previous year's playing 11, and in place of Pandya we can put Shah Rukh Khan. That also is a decent combination. But then we'll see how it pans out for them during the season. So we
Correct.
don't know. Like if we give Shah Rukh Khan a few runs and he gets the confidence, he will again lock one more slot. It will become a powerful batting unit. So yeah, bowling there are some problems. Like both our panelists are saying that is true.
Right.
They are struggling in the pace department. Shami has undergone that uh,
Injury.
tendo Achilles
Recover.
surgery, so he's recuperating. So I don't know how common like Umesh and Mohit Sharma playing will lengthen the batting. So they have to make few decisions below how to.
Right. So, Abhinav Manohar, do you think this will be some breakthrough season for him because he's been sticking around the Gujarat team and he has been waiting for the opportunity. So, him coming through the gaps would be helping him and the team going forward. Abhishek, do you have any say on that?
Yeah, I think if you look at once again the 11 which I've said, so it looks tough for like in my 11, Shah Rukh Khan comes in as an impact player. So that's the role which Abhinav Manohar might come in. So but Shah Rukh Khan, they paid him very lot of money for him. So it's important. Like it's possible if they don't want to play Kane Williamson. If they don't want to play Kane Williamson, then they can possibly try and they don't want to play Kane Williamson and also not play Saha. Then they have that option of playing Robin Mintz as an Indian keeper. They can play that opening. Sudarshan might open, and then you have that middle order slot where Shah Rukh Khan can come in, and then you can use Abhinav Manhor Sadrangani as an impact player. But it's again important that what if they're like if you look at the batting, they have very good decent attack. So I don't see don't see them playing Abhinav over Shah Rukh Khan unless they feel that in the nets Abhinav is doing better than Shah Rukh. So it again depends. Like we might talk all, but I think once the first game is done with Gujarat Titans, probably then we might get an idea of okay, this is how they are thinking. Because in the first season, who thought they would win? I mean, if their 11 looked out of sorts, out of loose. David Miller was nowhere near. Hardik Pandya was, fitness concerns were there. Saha was, dropped from the Indian Test match side. Rashid
Right.
Khan has a split with Sunrisers, and all those things were there. But still, they came up and they, fought back and won the trophy. And almost they just lost by one ball. To be pretty honest, that one ball went, which Rohit Sharma missed by and probably a 2-3 degree angle. It's gone, and so yeah, it's interesting how they come back. Especially, I think we are not talking about this much, but I think how they face and solve that Hardik Pandya's absence
Role.
and whether did it affect them morally. So that is going to be another question. So yeah, Arjun Bhai
Yeah.
has something to say.
With regard to Hardik Pandya, the player will be missed definitely because he's a three-in-one player. He's a very good batsman. Bowler is pretty
And
good. Fielder also is good. But I mean, Hardik Pandya, the leader, I think we'll have to wait and see whether he's missed or not. Because sometimes when Hardik Pandya captains India, also in the T20s, I feel that clarity of thought sometimes is not there that much. Now, this is my perception, or I don't know how it comes across to other like Abhishek and like Manjuba. If you can share your views on this. But I feel that Shubman Gill seems to be somebody with a level-headed approach, kind of. At least this seems from the outside. So I think he may bring a bit of stability, a bit of calmness. Hardik Pandya was a bit of a maverick, sometimes kya karta hai, I mean, whether like it's a bit unexpected at times. What he would do or say. So maybe
right.
this is something which the player would definitely be missed 100%. But the captain, that's something which I'll be interested in seeing.
Right. Right. Hardik Pandya will be definitely missed, but I think when Nehra has accepted the move, he has the next. thing in mind. So because when Nehra was so confident that you can move to Mumbai, we have our options. So he will be there. Will be some player that will step up because it's needed for the team and it's needed for them. So Manju, you were supposed to say something,
No, actually, it's very tough to analyze a side which has very little history. Like there are only 2 seasons, so
right?
the games are less, sample size, everything is less. So we cannot draw any conclusions. So like how Arjun says it, like Hardik's captaincy, okay, we can wait and see how it goes. Maybe for Mumbai it may become even better with like considering the setup, maybe some different atmosphere. But that is time will tell. But Gujarat definitely they are like a wild card every because there is not much to analyze. Many times you like looking at matchups and all. It's difficult for some team which has played so few games and 2 seasons are like one
Right.
they have won it, one they are runner up. So that's why. So what does Abhishek think on that?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see, but yeah, one thing which I think Gujarat is known for is their never say die attitude, and they always punch above their weights. Like the New Zealand team, they always have that. So, and I think one thing we don't talk about is they plan very well. You know, against we say that they don't use data and all, but that's a very vague statement I say because they're planning. You look at any team they play against, they perfectly plan. You know, this player should come and bowl at this areas. You know, Sai Kishore should come and bowl against Sunrisers because Sunrisers has a lot of right handers. No, those type of little moves which they make, what like just they keep things simple, and sometimes when you try to overcomplicate things, you do a lot of mistakes. As they say, too many chefs spoil a dish. You know, they have a very good chef who knows the how to manage chefs and only assigns them roles perfectly. So that's something which they do very well, and they are like CSK. Like if you look at the team, you say अबे ये क्या कर सकते हैं, कैसे आते हैं playoffs के लिए. But लेकिन if you if you close your eyes and think which are the 4 teams, you think you are going to make it to the playoffs. For me, Sunrisers comes because I feel I'm a big fan of them and I would want them to win, and they have. Second team is Chennai Super Kings, and the third team, if I think about all the other teams, I feel that Gujarat will definitely make it because of their what they've shown in the last 2 years, their planning, their ability to make things simple, the atmosphere they have. When players are happy, they get their best out of them. And you see that GT podcast, if the viewers have any time, please, if you're just tuning to us, go podcast with Gaurav Kapoor, and they do brilliant. I mean, look at the way they are happy and how they speak. I think that's a very underrated part in these franchise leagues, that the team combination, the team atmosphere. You want the players who are not playing also to help you, and that is what makes a good team. That's why CSK, people love going to CSK, people love being at MI because they respect you. So I think Gujarat has also followed that very well, and some KKR, although KKR doesn't do well, they still maintain that ethos well. Rajasthan, maybe sometimes they do well. So there are very few teams who do this well. So I think we might write them off, but they have it in them. I mean, if they don't make it, I think it's purely based on skill, but not team performance. Yeah.
yeah, Arjun bhai.
Yeah, I think I'd like to just bring in one point over here. We have spoken about Shubman Gill's future thing as a captain, probably. I'll be interested in seeing whether Ashish Nehra is considered probably in the future sometime as
Good.
India's T20 coach, because see, Rahul Dravid has been given an extension, but there is no clarity as far as I've read for how long that extension is going to be.
Correct.
I don't think that like that clarity has come. Now, many countries abroad, I'm not saying because abroad they do it, we should do it, but actually the tactics and everything for a white ball, especially for T20 and Test cricket, are very different, in my opinion. I believe that there should be split coaching. Very big, I've been a big supporter of split coaching for a long time. And if an
Correct.
Indian is there who's ready and willing, see, I mean, a big size, like a big guy like Hardik Pandya leaving and Ashish Nehra saying, "Chalega, we'll manage." That is such a huge thing. I mean, he could have been like, "Arey, hum kya karenge?" This that. I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but I mean, like how you show yourself is also so important. He's showing so much self assurance. It's so interesting and so important for an Indian coach to have that. I'll be
Correct.
really interested in seeing. He should be given a chance as T20 coach if that position does come up in the future.
Right. Spot on. Spot on, Arjun bhai. So yeah. So let's have a little question about GT's qualification scenario. So Arjun, why do you think GT will qualify this time with no Hardik Pandya around, or do you think they will be tough to go in?
I think they will qualify. I think the team is pretty good. It'll, as I said before, it is just a question of how they manage their resources. On paper, it's a very good team. Only that bowling is slightly problematic, according to me.
Correct.
But I think if they have that, like if everybody's assigned their different roles and they do it well, it on like in theory, it seems pretty doable for them to reach the qualify the knockouts at least.
Right. So, as Manjubai specified before, the role of Rahul Tiwatia. Do you think Rahul Tiwatia will be bowling more this season in absence of Hardik Pandya? Because, as Manjubai specified, that if you just get Shah Rukh Khan in place of Hardik Pandya, the team looks pretty good. It's solid because Shah Rukh Khan can at least satisfy a little amount of what Hardik Pandya does in the batting. But when it comes to bowling, it gives effect. So, do you think Rahul Tiwatia with his leg spin can come up and he can perform in this IPL? Anybody can answer, one of Abhishek or Arjun.
I don't think so because I think Rahul Tewatia is not a great leg spinner. He's like a 1-2 over spinner. He's always been that way. He's done well in the past, but off late, even if you look at his domestic credentials, he's not that perfect 4 over bowler. He's more of a 2-3 over bowler. So it's once again down to the captain on how they use him because they have Rashid Khan in his armory. It's important how you use him very judicially, very, against because against good players of spin. For example, you got Shreyas Iyer or Nitish Rana. You expose players like Tivatia, it's going to cost too much. But when you go and play him against, let's say, two foreign batters are batting, you feel that they're new to the crease and you might, sneak in a couple of overs. Those type of things. So it depends on, and I think that's why I feel that Kane Williamson is very, very important for them because he has this ability of reading situations very well. And if you remember the 2022 IPL season, the way he is captain, the way he's set fields for Umran Malik, especially that KKR game where he set two third mans for Shreyas Iyer for that short ball and Umran bowled a Yorker. So those type of
Correct.
things we see with Kane Williamson, and that's why I want Gill and him to work together and do well because it's important when you have limited resources in your team. It's important how you maximize those, and very few people can do that. And so yeah, qualification scenario, I think it depends on how they maximize their resources, but purely on talent and my gut, I think they don't qualify this year.
Right. But Abhishek, oh yeah, Arjun, one second. So Abhishek, but if you see our Hardik Pandya, he was not also bowling 4 overs, right? He was just bowling 2-3 overs up and down. So but again, as you told, Rahul Tiwatia is not a complete bowler. So what about the option of Vijay Shankar?
I mean, same. Definitely, it's all making like khichdi karna chahiye because you have 4 overs from. Because the thing here is, before you expect 4 overs from Shami, you know that he's going to give you 4 overs. But Umesh Yadav, you're not
Hmm.
confident whether you bowl 4 overs on the trot, in the power play, 3 overs and 1 over after the power play. So that because I'm not sure how good Umesh Yadav has been at the death recently. He's been hammered, and I like Tim Saudi. He's pretty much in the same origin as Tim Saudi is because they can manage it up the top with the bowling, but definitely not at the death bowling because see, as people compare with Bhuvi, but Bhuvi is still good at the death. He can still maybe he is not as good as he was in his prime, but he can still restrict the batsman between 8 to 10 runs in an over, which is very much recent. But yeah, it's tough because the absence of Shami makes it much more difficult for GT as a bowling. That's why they want some out of the box performance. They want someone to stand up. They want Mohit Sharma to have the same season because if
Right.
Mohit Sharma is not having a good season, I'm very worried about their pace bowling prospects.
Right. Arjun bhai, you were asking, I
Yeah.
mean, you were
So
specific.
I don't know how many of y'all would remember watching the inaugural season of the IPL. On paper, Hyderabad had the strongest team, and I thought that
Yeah,
they'll win the tournament. But they came, I think, bottom or last, or I don't know what they
yeah, they
came.
were the
I
wooden
think,
spoon winners. They were bottom.
yeah, they
Yeah,
won
but
their
next
wooden
year
spoon. Yeah,
Hyderabad has won.
They had
and
yeah, Herschel
and
Gibbs,
like
Shahid Afridi.
Yeah. And the team that won was the least favored, Rajasthan Royals. On paper,
Yeah,
their
Rajasthan.
team wasn't that
That
great also, but they had a great leader in the late Shane Warne. Now, all these things are, it is very interesting. Again, it's very interesting to see how they manage their resources. I mean, we have to. The strongest team on paper need not win. I mean, we have an example in our own Indian team in 2021, and like we had gone to Australia. That team which beat Australia and the Gaba was a C team, not even the B team, in my opinion. We had so
correct.
many players who were not there, but it was how Ajinkya Rahane managed the situation at that time. Again, now also Hardik is not there, Shami is not there. How they manage the situation? That's why I think Abhishek is I totally agree with him that Kane Williamson's presence in the side is extremely important.
Right. So we got a comment from Varun Giri that states Shah Rukh Khan was the highest wicket taker of TNPL. So which
Yeah,
may
spin.
seem that
Yeah,
Yeah,
with his off spin,
Gujarat.
Shah Rukh's bowling is not discussed enough actually. Because he's always adding stuff to his armory to become more effective. So from the Punjab days also, I think they didn't bowl him enough, like in that franchise. Maybe in Gujarat, if the team management knows that his talent, they'll give him more opportunity. Maybe 1 or 2 overs for him also. So won't be a
Right.
bad idea.
Right. And one more comment we got from Maitri stating that our Tiwatia utilization is not up to the mark. And Abhishek has already specified that it depends on the pitches and effect that he gets off of the pitches. So I think if he has some effort on the pitches, he'll definitely ball more. Yeah, Abhishek.
Yeah, and I think you talk about players like Tewatia, Vijay Shankar, Shah Rukh Khan, who can bowl a bit. You remember players of this skill set, used to do very well once upon a time in IPL before the impact player rule. You see Jagdish Shah Suchit having a good time
Yeah.
because he can bowl those economical overs and can hit those runs. But what happened with impact of this, with the inclusion of this impact player rule is that, and even Thakur, Lord Shardul Thakur faced difficulties last year because they were better batters than him, they were better bowlers than him. So once again,
Correct.
it's that because now teams are playing five frontline bowlers and very good eight frontline batters they're batting. So yeah, I think that's why I feel that either impact player rule should be included in T20Is or it should be removed in IPL. One of things should happen. Otherwise, it's not doing anything good for Indian cricket. And even MS said it, not me. Even MS said that it is not good for all rounders. So who are we?
Hey, welcome, Mr. Saurav Sanyal.
Hey, I'm so sorry. I just reached home, so I didn't able to join
Welcome,
earlier.
welcome.
Let me first
My
go through what's
energy
happening.
goes to
Then only I
second
can
level. My energy
immediately
goes
talk.
to a new level when I see Saurabh around.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Saurabh, I have only two questions for you. One is playing 11 of Gujarat, and one is
you
the
you guys
Pakistan.
you guys you guys start now. Matlab, continue. I will join. I will join.
No, no, we
Give
are
it to
about
me.
to end, Saurabh. We are about to end it.
हाँ ठीक है ना 43 minutes only. We can extend it to 7 minutes. Not a problem.
Yeah, okay. We'll stay. We'll stay for you. देखो मैत्री बोल रहे कि आरसीबी का जश्न चल रहा है सौरभ का कि इसीलिए इतना लेट गए घर
Uh,
को.
yeah, we all waited for the presentation actually. So I was watching Asha Shobna and this interview with Shreyanka Patil, very confident youngsters. Actually. So I think they'll carry the good memories into the next season. Good win for RCB.
Harsha Bhogle is a fan of
Yeah,
your comments, Mr. Abhishek. Proud of you,
yeah.
boy. You're spot on,
Yeah,
Abhishek. Don't see them in top
yeah,
four
yeah.
unless they win 11, 12 months out of 14.
This is Harsha being so decisive also raises suspicion. Like usually Harsha Bhogle is like thoda yahan, thoda wahan. Like,
I think you have that parody Twitter account of Harsha Bhogli on Twitter, right? I think he's that guy.
yeah, tweets of Bhogle.
Tweets of Bhogle. He says everything apparently in Bhogle's voice. Yeah. So, as we were
Yeah,
discussing
I think
some.
they have this RCB unbox event, right, on 19th. So it's going to be like a mega carnival in Bengaluru. They're gonna forget
Yeah.
all those water problems and just enjoy.
You need to give some incentives in terms of water, like to the people.
Manjuba, you're from Bengaluru?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
he's
I'm
from
in
Bengaluru.
Bangalore.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Are
You're
you
going
sitting
for
in
the
Bengaluru?
event?
Books?
No, no, no.
Manjubai, for
I won't be because we'll be at work mostly on that time. So
Which event?
we can just try to follow it much.
Is
This
there any
RCB
events?
Unbox event.
Oh,
Usually
okay,
they're in
okay.
MG Road. Yeah.
So as we are waiting for Saurabh bhai, just I have a quick word on Joshua Little because Saurabh bhai, my question to straightforward to you, Joshua Little, do you think him playing in the playing 11? Do you see him playing him?
Depending upon, because I think he's in GT, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, we are previewing GT. That's why I asked the question.
I'm sorry, I haven't checked anything. I'm so sorry. I'm really,
Look
really.
at the dedication of Saurav Bhai. He just come from work and he
I
straight away joined.
Yeah.
That's
No,
Saurav Bhai.
not from the work. I have gone to some personal thing, travel for 1.5 hour. So Manjubai knows about it where I have gone. So from just now I entered my home. I see exactly what life is going on. So let's. No, Joshua Little. See, he is a very improved T20 bowler nowadays. But again, GT is having like capable bowling and batting lineup. They have to actually uh, fix the spot for Hardik on
Yeah,
overall level,
yeah, we had a
batting,
discussion, very, very
bowling,
deep
and fielding.
discussions about it.
So,
So we
so
have come
what
to
the
conclusion.
who is replacing him then?
So
Yeah,
according to Manjubai,
that's
it will be Shah Rukh Khan
Nah.
because Shah Rukh Khan is also the top wicket taker of TNPL.
Hey, come on, dude. It's not TNPL, it's not MPL, it's not anything else. This is IPL. Come on. Shah Rukh might not even get an opportunity. Shah Rukh, Salman, all those guys are just looking good in the Bollywood. But when it comes to the IPL, it's always Shah Rukh. It's only Shah Rukh looks good out of the stadium, not in the stadium at this moment given situation. So
GT का प्रीव्यू चल रहा है बताया नहीं.
अब अरे वो मेरे को मंजू भाई ने बताया था जीटी और एलएसजी दोनों का चलने वाला है, तो हाउ डू आई नो एग्जैक्टली
हाँ.
जीटी का ही चल रहा है सर. तो मेरे को तो दिमाग में वही चल रहा था, और अच्छी बात है कि इतना याद है कि अभी तक वो बंदा जीटी में है. दैट्स द ह्यूज थिंग.
हाँ.
बट अगेन एज पर यू गाइस, आउट ऑफ नॉट किडिंग और नॉट जोकिंग, व्हाट डू यू एग्जैक्टली थिंक हु इज गोइंग टू रिप्लेस हार्दिक्स रोल?
Yeah, I think there is
Or
Azmatullah on what side. I think he's someone who can do it. I think we have
हु?
already discussed this. Azmatullah
हाँ ना
Murzaik
ना
from Afghanistan.
अरे
हाँ,
हाँ यार,
Azmatullah we told. That is a
this
good
guy,
idea.
this guy is very impressive. I hope that he will
Hmm.
get a long
but
road
again,
for the
Saurabh
career.
bhai, the main problem is Kane Williamson not playing.
That's okay. It's a blessing in disguise because
But our two
they're
finalists,
not playing in seriously, they're not playing in Hyderabad. They are playing in Narendra Modi Stadium. So the
the two
outfield is bigger.
finalists are against your thought. Abhishek and
Might be
Arjun
possible.
are
Might be
against your thought.
possible. Might be possible because in the you don't want Gill and Williamson both the same type of player, frankly, and you don't want 6 over 40-45 runs. You want 6 overs to go ahead with, if you can, 48 to 54, given in Narendra Modi Stadium situation. So if you are not getting into it, it's tough. And Ken Williamson is an amazing player. Not saying that there's nothing against him, but whatever I have seen him into this IPL scene, he's always a 125, 130 ka bowler batsman. Even same with the Shubman Gill also. And he cannot bat at number 3, number 4. He will open.
Saurabh bhai
So if
playing
much
11.
playing 11, don't ask me. I have to check. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have to check.
What Abhishek will help you with the
See,
top
shit, shit,
players.
shit, shit, shit.
Abhishek will help
So
you
No,
with
you
top
can.
players.
No,
Just tell
you
them,
can take
just tell
some.
ki you
Yeah, you
are
can take some time. हाँ. No, only
So
thing
yeah,
is
I
there's
think
No,
one.
no, no. I just have to
There's one
write on a
player and
Google Gujarat title. That's it.
yeah, no,
yeah,
there's one
Saha
player.
and Gill to open, Sudarshan one down. No, maybe Kane Williamson or Ramarjai. No, Vijay Shankar or
So
Miller,
there's one guy called
Tewatia,
Darshan. Yeah,
Rashid
Darshan
Khan.
Nalkande is there in the squad.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
is he going to get any opportunities? Because he was there in Punjab. He was picked up by the Kings 11 during the scouting, and he spent some time in Punjab. Then he's come here. So he's like in the local T20. He's a good death bowler, but he's not a very pacey bowler. Like, he's seam up, but he has some variation and stuff. So like,
Yeah, they
So
want
I
Umesh
think,
I think
Yadav
it's
to do.
difficult to. Yeah.
what is the reason
So,
Kane is out? Kane is out due to injury or something else? Or the first few matches he won't play? Kane Williamson is out of due to injury, right?
no,
is it? No.
he's not out. He's available.
He's available then, I think. So problem is that Rashid is there, Spencer Johnson is there,
Miller.
Amrazai is there,
Miller, Miller,
Miller should play in the name of Miller, nothing else. But the good part is that they have Avinav Manohar and all. Last time they tried, Sai Sudarshan is there. These things, but this time, sir, you have to understand one thing very clearly. Shami is not available for them. So you have to understand this team is going to be a very new team. Imagine it's their first season with a new, because you can find out apart from Shubman Gill, okay, Rashid Khan, Miller, Tibetia has IPL experience and the Indian background. You won't find anybody that who is having amazing experience
Vijay
in
Shankar.
playing that. It's okay. I'm not talking about the 3D players at this moment. So I'm just talking about the players who actually. So in the teams, are see, as per me, Sai Sudarshan and Shubman Gill should open. I will play with the Ken Williamson at number 3. Then I will
Okay.
go ahead with Omrazai at number 4. 5 Miller. If again, I would like to go ahead with Mins if I'm because if Ridhiman Saha is playing, he should open. That's it. He cannot bat at number 6. That's the biggest problem. To have to swipe up somewhere. And then Avinav Manohar, Tipatia, Sank. My team it's like more like a they don't have bowler only. I cannot find Karthik Tyagi छोड़ के कोई bowler who can exactly will be available in the time. It's very different kind of again
Yeah,
their condition gonna to be
Karthik Tyagi can be a regular in the
yeah
11.
true
Yeah,
Varun
we missed
absolutely
out.
Varun true Varun said the correct thing. The weakest not even pace overall
Pace
attacker.
attack.
They have Rashid Spencer Johnson, Umesh Mohit, but they don't have a see again their condition also is like a GT. As simple as it is. Sorry, DC, Delhi Capitals. So if they have to win
Correct.
the match, they have to play 110% of their team effort, not even 100%. If every match
Perfect.
they will not play 100%, because they don't have a superb batting, they have a quality spin bowling, but they don't have because single-handedly Rashid Khan cannot win you all the matches, especially when you're playing in Narendra Modi Stadium as your base ground. So in my condition, I think my top 11s, I'm not able to make it at this moment. I'm sorry for that. But again, other people can surely talk about this.
Right. So qualification scenario. Do you see them qualifying or no?
No, they should be at number 6, max to max, or else 6 and lower. Not above that.
Okay. So Abhishek says they will not qualify. Arjun Bhai says they will qualify. Manju Bhai, your thought they'll qualify, right?
No,
So
I
we will
felt they'll
talk.
be like net run rate battle with RCB at 5 and 4. Like they're also one of those that mid-table clash होगा ना ऐसे कि
Yeah.
RCB with your two teams तो ये लोग भी right.
Right, Manju Bhai. Good question. We were discussing about RCB's win. Saurabh Bhai, being a Bangalorean, how do you feel about it?
I must say that one dialogue from what is the name?
Dangal.
Dangal. छोड़ी के छोरों
So,
से कम हो गए क्या जो भी हरियाणवी में बोलते हैं तो लड़कियां कभी कभार और लड़कियों ने ये प्रूव किया है यार बिकॉज सी दिस इज कॉल्ड टू बी द सिटी ऑफ गार्डन सिटीज एंड ऑल एंड हाउ
and
बिकॉज
Saurabh Bhai, we have also predicted that RCB will win this in our WPL preview.
this time I think the most unhappiest panelist I know, the unhappiest panelist, I think Vaishnavi will be, I don't know, happy or unhappy. That's really tough to say because
Yeah,
she wanted RCB to win, but she was very frustrated that they were not winning.
yeah,
So yes, we in WPL also we said that this year maybe belong to them because of the situation and scenarios of thing, and because we talk a lot about the current situation and the guts. Sometimes guts works and it helps. अब तो दे दिया ना ट्रॉफी और क्या चाहिए भाई आईपीएल इज अ डिफरेंट गेम डब्ल्यूपीएल इज अ डिफरेंट गेम और WPL में ऐसे भी 3 ही टीम खेल रही थी देखा जाए तो, only there was a
हाँ,
3
yeah.
top
Yeah,
good
UP
teams.
Warriors and
UP
Gujarat
UP
Giants.
and Gujarat was like middle or the below level player team. So they had Alyssa Healy and all, but again their team was like little unfortunate also this time. But it's okay. Next year might be possible if they will 6 or 7 teams. There'll be more fun, but don't expect immediate to increase in the number of
Yeah,
teams
yeah.
and
That will take
and standard.
No, but
It will take some two
they
three years.
don't have a franchise structure in correspondingly in men's. No? Like these 3 teams, they have a men's franchise for a few years, so they will have
So
some
they will be
people who
having more
run the.
experience.
I'm not saying
Ah,
it's
that
exactly the same, but some things will be there where they can maybe suppose they want physiotherapist or something, then they can always source it. They will have some contact, something like that. These two are totally new, UP Warriors, and they
Giants.
still beat MI in one game. UP Warriors did well. One game that Kiran Navgire chal gayi, so she also uh, made MI lose like that. But yeah, it's
and
difficult
one
for
more
them.
thing, it's an amazing victory for RCB and it's a
Yeah.
thumping victory for RCB. So I would say I really would would love to say best wishes to them for their IPL also. But the situation and scenario are very different than the women and the
Very
men's
different.
IPL. So competitive, like out of 10, 7 teams are competing for the 4, 3 depending upon their performance on that day. So
Right,
as of
right.
now, and GT who was supposed to be very good, one particular combination they lost. But again, you never know. It's this short matches now. You never know who can come up and prove themselves, and who could thought that Rinku Singh would have hit 5 sixes in 5 balls and make the match win from
Yeah.
where to what situation to where they are. So it's okay. It happens. But
Great,
anyways,
Saurabh bhai. We'll be discussing all of this again in our final preview with more and occupied
I think we have
and
another 3 4 teams left now.
yeah, we have 3 to 4. No, not 3 to 4. We have five to
We
six
have
teams.
LSG, CSK, then
No, no,
CSK
CSK
is
is
there.
done.
CSK them.
RCB.
We have
CS no,
LSG, SRH,
RCB. Hmm.
RCB. We
RCB is
also
there. RCB is
RR.
when
We have
RR is there.
RR,
RR. हाँ.
Hmm.
and I think we have
Yes.
2 teams more. I'm not sure.
ठीक है. Let's say either we have a one overall preview with the all the panelists and let's do it before that, or we'll look into it. But we have to close it fast.
Yeah, yeah, we also have Punjab and
Yeah,
yeah, that's it.
Punjab is there.
We are done with
ठीक.
CSK, DC, KKR, Mumbai, and GTs.
GT. चलो tomorrow put for somebody else also. Let's see exactly how.
Yeah,
Yeah, we need to club.
let's
We
have
can
two
club it
teams each
together,
tomorrow.
and then yeah.
SRH one final day before IPL will do.
I think one day before IPL will be the overall stuff, not that one particular team.
मतलब
That's
overall
the
के
problem.
पहले दिन overall के पहले
हाँ.
दिन we will have.
मतलब we have to Tuesday. Where the 2 days are there, Ray.
Overall, we'll be going live on 21st, right?
हाँ, 21st,
So
right.
20th we'll be
21st is
going on.
Thursday. मतलब we have 3 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Correct. So
ठीक है,
basically, should be
चलो.
17th.
Anyways,
So you
GT's
have
chance
2
is
days.
equivalent to 0. So GT's chance, I can say our overall completion of IPL team is equivalent to the GT's chance to the top 4.
GT will
Because
not
we
go
have
into
four,
top.
because we have 4 teams to correct with the 3 days to go plus 1 day for entire stuff. So GT and our condition is the same at this moment with the run rate. Chalo guys, see you then. I'm leaving. I have to get ready. Okay. Take
Thank you,
care.
Arjun. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, Arjun.
We'll see
Thanks
you
a lot.
again.
Yes. Bye bye.